What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Odin. His name is the Rapl. The Raploicus. Raploicus? Raploicus. The Raploicus. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Matreiuss. And this is obviously a very fantastic map, Ghost Lake, and we've got a matchup for you. Matreiuss being one of the strongest Poseidon players and strongest players to currently play the game, and Rapl to be one of the strongest Odin players and also strongest players to play the game. So surely going to be a matchup with a lot of fireworks here. Odin versus Poseidon. A lot of players have been saying that this matchup is very, very difficult for the Poseidon player because the Odin player has got a lot of tools up in his arsenal to deal with what Poseidon can do. And on a map like Ghost Lake, where it's super open and super difficult to defend against a lot of stuff, it can actually go either way here. We do have seemingly one gold mine Ghost Lake here. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think, how I think this matchup should go for the Poseidon player, and what we're not going to be seeing here, because this is kind of almost off meta because people don't do it, and this is just all my theory crafting that I've come up with in terms of what I think works here for Poseidon. So Poseidon players like to go Hippocon because Hippocon, they get all their unique bonuses from Hippocon. But just because you have unique bonuses in something doesn't necessarily mean you should do it. Hippocon are still counter archers in their nature. Poseidon players wouldn't build Hippocon, but Norse players don't have access to archers. So the question is, we've got our unique bonus in Hippocon, but our opponent doesn't make archers. So should we make Hippocon anyways? And I think the answer here, for the most part, is going to be no. Unless your strategy specifically resolves around mobility, then I don't think that you should be really thinking about going for Hippocon. You can go straight in with infantry here, and infantry are fantastic. And the reason why maybe Poseidon is better at this, and actually it's a 2 gold mine Ghost Lake, so this even means more reason to go for this strategy. So the reason why we want to go Hoplite here instead of Hippocon is that our opponent makes raiding cavalry, our opponent makes Ulfsark, our opponent makes Jarl, our opponent makes Huskal. All of these units are dealt with very, very nicely by Hoplite. And at the end of the day, what we want to do is we want to attempt to force our opponent to not make raiding cavalry. Well, they're not going to want it. Well, they might make raiding cavalry. If they make raiding cavalry, we're happy. But we want to force them into more of the throwing axeman composition, because that's going to slow down their mobility, and we're just going to play nice and defensively. And the idea is that we can play defensively and hit a heroic age timing with Aphrodite. Aphrodite is huge, and it's the reason why this is better with Poseidon than with Zeus, for example. So Zeus has a much stronger classical age with the hoplites, but it turns out that doesn't matter so much, because the end goal of the game isn't to kill our opponent straight away, because it's not possible most of the time against Odin players. Odin players defend the classical age very, very nicely nowadays. The end goal is to hit timings with Aphrodite and with Artemis, which are not accessible with Zeus. So it's a very, very different Hoplite Toxotes strategy than with Zeus. So that's the general gist, and we're not going to see that this game because Matreiuss, I haven't seen him really attempt it, even though he is the Poseidon madman that he is. I haven't seen him attempt going for this strategy of a kind of semi-fast, heroic Hoplite Toxotes shenanigans. So Rapl, he's going through Freya, no surprises there, nice and quick. Matreiuss, on the other hand, he's going through Hermes, and he is slightly saving this hunt, which I do like. You do want to try and gather. Oh, this caribou is a little bit confused about where it wants to go. You do want to try and eat all of your outside hunt nice and fast here and be able to defend it. So you only want to have one position of outside hunt to be defending as Poseidon here against against Odin, because otherwise he can attack multiple locations and cause a lot of chaos nice and early. But that's not what's happening here. Matreiuss actually got 2 hunt locations he's going to have to defend. The question is going to be, will Rapl spot this? And obviously he will spot this. He's got a Raven over here checking out the town center, just seeing what his opponent's doing. We see the Ulfsark now moving forward, going to be pushing Matreiuss off of these Aurochs. There's the Freya coming in. Another Ulfsark is coming in onto this location as Matreiuss is getting pushed off this hunt. He's just going to calmly retreat away, as we do see a centaur is popping out here. As the stable is now coming up, the Ulfsark getting pushed away. A big special attack there onto Rapl's Ulfsark, because he's going to have to pull that one back. He is obviously Odin, so he's going to be able to heal that one up, no problems. We do see the Theseus coming over here, going to be pushing Rapl off of his own hunt here, which does allow Rapl to, well, he casts his Forest Fire here, giving his opponent 2 Militia, but making him move over onto this location. So, I mean, Matreiuss is going to be happy with that. Rapl's going to be relatively happy with a slight hindrance to Matreiuss' economy. But the Valkyrie should have an ability to get some value now, as it's walking straight over here. We do not see the Hippolyta on this location over here. In fact, she is a little bit confused about where she wants to be. She is walking over to the top, but going to be a little bit too late, as this Theseus still just hanging around this location over here, doing some stuff. As the Theseus pulling back, we do see some raiding cavalry coming over by Rapl here. As there's the Valkyrie going to be pushing these villagers off of the food situation. In fact, going to get a villager kill as the Hippolyta coming over here. Part of me feels like it's almost worth it for Rapl to be continuously attacking these villagers over here and just sacrifice to get 2 villager kills, but maybe it's not worth it. He's going to be retreating away from the Hippolyta right now, as over on this location we will be seeing Rapl holding very, very easily. He does lose 1 Ulfsark, and Matreiuss is going to get away from this. He's going to be sending more Hippocon in here. These are medium Hippocon right now, so going to be a little bit easier to raid. But we'll see how it's all going to go. We do see the raiding cavalry going after these Hippocon nicely, as the raiding cavalry getting sniped down by Rapl. Rapl does get himself medium cavalry just in time here, as he's going to be able to push Matreiuss back. How many longhouses? 3 longhouses. The Valkyrie coming back in. The Hippolyta's actually left this location here. So one thing you can do with this Raven is just be flying overhead and just see if you can see where the Hippolyta is. Keep this Valkyrie around to just harass a little bit and make sure that it is not a part of your army. And whenever you see that Hippolyta moving away from your opponent's base into the fight, then you go raid with the Valkyrie and try and keep your Valkyrie away from where the 2 heroes are. Basically, if the 2 heroes are in the army, you don't attack the army. If they're not in the army, you attack the army. That kind of vibe. Anyways, it is looking like Rapl is slightly getting pushed back here. He might actually have to start using those villagers to fight here and defend nice micro from Matreiuss to pull those raiding cavalry away. But now Rapl has got the force over on this location, doing a very, very nice job here. We do see those Hursa getting taken down as the Centaur getting pulled back. Want to keep that one alive for as long as he possibly can. As Rapl, he is happy to take these fights. He's going to be getting quite a lot of favor here. He's got himself 30 favor in the bank right now. 400 wood in the bag. It might be worth it to think about taking those villagers off of wood and put them over onto food or over onto gold for a little bit, just to sort that out, because you don't really need that much wood here unless you are planning to farm. So yeah, seeing this Valkyrie still getting more and more value here in this fight. Keeping herself very far away from the Hippolyta here. We do see the Gatherer getting sniped. 20 food thrown down the drain there. Another villager snipe here. Nice play from Matreiuss here. He's kind of fighting on 2 fronts in a way, and he's actually managing to do it very, very nicely. I say 2 fronts, but it is kind of 1 front, but attacking from 2 angles and making it very tough for Rapl. But Rapl, he's still completely fine here. He managed to eat that entire Auroch here before returning over onto these berries. These villagers still hunting these caribou up here. Matreiuss getting away with a lot while this pressure is on here. But now Rapl is starting to get into a position he's going to be very, very comfortable with, and that is mass raiding cavalry. Matreiuss, on the other hand, 75 of 85 population. The population is exactly the same here, which does favor the Odin player. And now Rapl deleting that house, going to be building some more houses over here. And we'll see how this is going to be going, and a house getting taken down. Rapl's house is definitely out in the open here, and Matreiuss going to be taking some advantages of this one, as now the Hippocon returning back over here. Rapl might want to consider splitting these raiding cavalry up to get around the back of Matreiuss. If Matreiuss is going to continually do this, he's actually saying to Rapl that he feels confident in the fight when he really shouldn't feel confident in the fight, because at this point, Rapl's army surrounding his opponents will be very, very strong. And Matreiuss is basically bluffing Rapl a little bit here, because he wants to go to the heroic age. He's gone up with 88 population here. It's a little bit more than you normally would to go for a semi-fast heroic, so it's going to be a slightly delayed semi-fast heroic. It's almost like a full population heroic age is basically how much Matreiuss has made. He's basically made his 115 pop of Hippocon, and he is going to be advancing. He's going for an 11-minute heroic age, whereas Rapl is going for full population raiding cavalry here. The villagers have to build farms, and he's not going to be making it to the heroic age anytime soon, as now the raiding cavalry do get in onto this position, take down 2 villages here. Nice play. The Hippocon coming over here, going to be able to push the raiding cavalry away, as Matreiuss is going to be clicking up to the heroic age. He's going through Aphrodite right now, as the raiding cavalry are going to look to come up to this top location. It seems like the villagers have been pulled back now, as Matreiuss is on the defensive, doesn't want to be sacrificing those. We are still seeing Matreiuss throwing Hippocon away right now. He doesn't want to be doing this. He does want to think about getting in with his Prodromus as soon as he possibly can, because Rapl has gone full raiding cavalry here. But now we see the raid coming up onto the top location here, as Rapl is able to hit 2 separate locations at the same time. Matreiuss is smart enough, fast enough to deal with this one, pulling those villagers away quickly here. He does have this gold mine over here he can move those villagers to if he so chooses. This Valkyrie here, full HP, going to be duking away from these locations. Do we see speedy raiding cavalry? We do see speedy raiding cavalry. The Thundering Hoofs is here, and now we see the raiding cavalry coming onto this location. Matreiuss does notice that one, instantly pulling those away. There's the Aphrodite coming through, and he does cast the instant curse down in his base, giving himself access to 7 pigs. Now, they do only have 50 food at this point. You can leave them here for quite a while. We see the villagers going to be moving over onto this location, potentially to eat these straight away. Yes, eat these straight away as the farm's coming down, the plow coming down, and we will probably be seeing Prodromus coming fairly soon. The Nemean Lion is out, going to be instantly looking for some raids here, as Rapl's raiding cavalry retreating away. Will we be seeing Rapl going to the next age? We will be. I don't see an armory just yet. There is the armory up for Rapl, and Skadi is the god of choice here for Rapl, as these raiding cavalry going to be retreating away. We did see an instant heavy Hippocon, heavy cavalry coming through for Matreiuss right now, and he's going to have all of the advantages at this point. He's got a Nemean Lion, very hard to deal with. He's got heavy Hippocon, very hard to deal with, and Prodromus coming in. So Rappl's going to have to think about potentially starting to make himself Ulfsark, which is exactly what he's doing. He's getting himself medium entry, he's getting himself a Lone Wanderer, and he's going to be transitioning into those Ulfsark. Either one, for the sheer fact that the Ulfsark are very, very good units to have because they can deal with the Hippocon, but more for the idea of building buildings here in the Heroic Age is going to be very, very important. We are seeing those Ulfsark starting to flood out here. And you do have to be very, very careful at this point not to overextend, especially because potential frost can come in. Yes, you have ceasefire, but you can definitely get walled in and get caught out very, very easily, as Rapl distracting nicely here. Just about to hit that Heroic Age, and he does hit the Heroic Age, gets himself the Frost Giant, as these units were trying to take down the temple as he was going there. Not going to be fast enough. The Frost Giant immediately tasked over onto the Nemean Lion. You have to assume here Matreiuss sees the Frost Giant coming, going to be retreating away nicely. I thought he was retreating away nicely. He is. The Nemean Lion moves much, much faster than the Frost Giant, so he can easily stay away from that one. But Matreiuss does, unfortunately, not micro far enough away, as the Nemean Lion does get frozen there, but it's not going to matter all too much here, as the Frost Giant does get taken down, but now the Hersa can be tasked onto this Nemean Lion. You can surround it and take it down. It's 20 seconds of Frost here, as we do see that's exactly what Rapl is going to be doing, sniping down that Nemean Lion, and Rapl completely defends against Matreiuss's pressure there. And Rapl is going to be completely fine at this point. The question is, what is Matreiuss doing? Matreiuss looks like he is trying to get to the Mythic Age. No longer producing units, no longer doing anything else. The question is, what's Rapl going to be doing? And let's see. Let's see if Rapl is learning. The thing that Rapl should spend his first 20 favor on right now is Winter Harvest in this position. This Frost Giant, fantastic for later. Start building them after Winter Harvest. Winter Harvest gives you so much extra food. Can't stress this enough. It is the best technology in the game by far in terms of your economy. 20% extra food production on your farms cannot be overstated how good that is. And given the fact that you have 19 farms going on 23 farms, and you can be building Ulfsark, Jarl, Valkyrie, raiding cavalry, all of the food-based units. You need that extra bolster of food economy, but not coming in for Rapl. He does have himself irrigation, so he's going to be in a decent position here, but got to get that flood control as soon as you possibly can. Matreiuss, on the other hand, no irrigation here, and he is going through Artemis. The question is here, is Rapl considering getting himself access to fortified town centers or masons? Not just yet. Not just yet. And Matreiuss has got himself 3 villages on favor, and he's going to be looking to get some Chimera raids. He's going to have to get a lot of value out of these Chimera. He's going to basically have to get max value out of Chimera. And Rapl, very, very smartly, going to be throwing up these walls. The Chimera do not have crush damage. They're one of the few Mythic Age myth units that do not have crush damage, which means walls are a fantastic counter to Chimera raids. And that's exactly what Rappel's going to do. I would love to see this wall finished up on this location as well, so that the Chimera can't sneak in, but there is a Frost Giant over here to defend already. And we'll see how it's all going to go. We do have heavy raiders now through for Rapl as he is continuing in this game, spamming out those villages. Unfortunately, this town center not producing villages at this point. We'll see if Rappel's going to be noticing that anytime soon. There he goes. Now the raiders looking in to this location. There are slight gaps in the building foundations here, but it's looking like I thought Rapl might be coming over onto these wood villages. He is coming over here. There is the Mythic Age for Matreiuss, going to be casting that earthquake down as the Pegasus flying overhead does take down the temple, takes down the town center. There's no ox carts here just yet. The Ulfsark are out though, so they're going to be able to come over onto this location here. We see heavy Ulfsark has come through as well, as now Rapl has to defend the impending doom coming his way as Matreiuss. How much population is he at? 99 of 115. 2 Chimera out right now. The Chimera chasing the raiding cavalry away. Unfortunately, not hitting that special ability there onto those raiding cavalry. The Ulfsark does get sniped down. The Ulfsark trying their darndest to get this town center back up. We'll see if he's going to be able to get it up in time, but it's looking like Matreiuss might be able to push in, might be able to get a huge amount of damage through soon. This Frost Giant needs to get over here and make sure it can defend against those Chimera coming through. We see Ulfsark getting pulled off of the town center right now. Going to be attempting to fight this one off here. How many military buildings does Rapl have right now? He's got two longhouses and a hill fort. So he's going to have Jarl to deal with those Chimera nicely. We do see a town center coming up on this location as well as more units streaming in. Here comes the Chimera for Rapl, for Matreiuss, that Rapl is going to have to deal with. He does have these Jarls coming in, immediately tossed over here onto the Chimera. Nice play from Rapl, but Matreiuss defending it nicely. He's got himself the Prodromus here, and we do see a Frost getting cast down. That's going to allow the town center to come back up. These villages here by Rapl have been very heavily taken out. So Matreiuss, nice play there, and you can see Rapl 20 villagers on food right now, very much struggling for resources. He's got a lot of wood in the bank though. Does he have himself Shaftbind? He could consider getting that in order to get himself a little bit extra gold here. And we see the Polyphemus coming through for Matreiuss. Smart play here by Matreiuss. He's going to be attempting to come in and hit a huge Frost Breath there. Nice Garrison Micro by Rapl to dodge that fire breath there, as the Frost Giant coming in, going to be trying to push this one back. The Dwarves trying to take down this Polyphemus take a very, very long time to do so, and the hill hill fort gets taken down. Rapl now down even more military buildings, but he has managed to hold. He is going up to 3 town centers just about. And the question is going to be here for Rapl. Is he going to be able to defend his 3rd gold mine? Is he going to be able to defend it? That is the question. We see the Polyphemus coming through here. He can start bashing at these Frost Giants. Nice micro here from Rapl, dodging the Polyphemus, walking through that gate that he has set up. We do see this hill fort coming back up for Rapl. Heavy Jarl, heavy Rain and Cavalry, heavy Ulfsark. We've got the Capaspist coming through now for Matreiuss, as he's going to be working towards pushing in here. You see the Longhouse getting taken down over here on this location. In order to open it up just a little bit, the Chimera going to come in. Does not have his special ability just yet. 15 HP remaining. We see this Pegasus getting taken down. And now Matreiuss, 2 town centers, going to be looking for his 3rd town center very, very soon. Is he getting himself medium infantry? No medium infantry just yet. As the Atlanta trying to come in onto this location. We do see Matreiuss pulling back here away from these Ulfsark and all of that good stuff here. The fortress now coming down for Matreiuss as he's seeing that there is a potential for a gold staff on the next gold mine here as well, if Matreiuss can hold. But Rapl is just saying, I'm happy to fight this. I got my Frost Giant here. I just need to get my Frost Giant over to the Chimera. The Chimera getting boxed in just a little bit, does get frozen in this fight, but the Chimera, but the Polyphemus comes in, bashes that Frost Giant away. As the Atlanta now coming in to tag team onto the Frost Giant. Does get down to 39 HP. The Chimera simply just going to be frozen here, not going to be falling. So Matreiuss is able to continue his push here, but I think Rapl is kind of bluffing here. He can easily continue fighting this one as he does decide to turn around. There is no Frost Giant here. How are the economic upgrades looking for Rapl? He does have Winter Harvest now and Shaft Mine. Absolutely huge to have those upgrades. And Matreiuss going to be retreating away. We see the fortress just about to come up for Matreiuss. Is going to help him out a lot in this fight. But Matreiuss is short on food by quite a lot. Still no irrigation for Matreiuss. He's spamming food units, so his villages are not going to be popping out either. And it is looking like Rapl has got a big, big advantage at this point to keep pushing forward. You can see how much food in the bank that Rapl has right now. He needs to think about throwing up a market. He does have the ox cart over on this location. He had a Hersler over here. He could have thought about the market after that town center, but didn't go for it. And we will be seeing the Polyphemus finally about to go down. 25 HP remaining, 8 HP remaining, and he does fall. That Polyphemus got so much value here. Nice micro there from Matreiuss with his heavy Hippocon, but Rapl 138 population, Matreiuss 90 population. So now we're starting to see the Chimera does get taken down, but another Chimera replaces it over here. And now we see Matreiuss is going for those Chimera raids, taking out these villagers over here. And that's going to be no gold mines for Rapl. Rappel's got to be very, very concerned about the position he's currently in, because this fortress over here secures this gold mine basically for Matreiuss. This gold mine is going to be continuously raided here. We do see a Frost Giant going to be hanging out on this gold mine here. So we'll see what's going to happen if Rapl can secure anything. Now Heliopolis coming out for Matreiuss is going to be able to continue fighting this one. The Chimera targeting down from the back here very, very nicely. And we'll see how this is all going to go. And now we see these villagers getting sniped down. The Chimera for Matreiuss coming over here to make sure that this gets taken down. Is Rapl trying to get a side build, a sneaky side build in. Very nice play, but it gets shut down instantly, unfortunately. I think if he wants to go side build it over here. Sneak over here. Because if we check out Matreiuss's actual line of sight, he will be able to spot anything coming through here at this point. But if these units weren't here, you could easily sneak through here and be unnoticed. So that's something that Rapl could try. As now the Frost Giants are very much out in force here for Rapl. Do we leave that Frost Giant over here? He was, and now the Chimera are going to come over and start picking off more villages. And now the Dwarves have to make their way over onto this location. Obviously, a wall here would be very, very good here on both of these locations here, just to prevent the Chimera raids from doing too much. But Rapl, he still hasn't got that market up. He could go like triple market here and spam trade route over. Oh, he's got his market here, so he could start his trade route, but Not happening just yet. We see the Ox Cart gets taken down. A Frost Giant now coming over, going to be starting to raid Matreiuss's gold mine. Funnily enough, the Frost Breath here actually helps out quite a lot with taking the villagers because they're not going to run immediately. So you can at least kill 1 or 2 villagers here. We see the villagers turning around, going to start shanking the Frost Giant. It's going to be a very, very slow process. As we do see a ceasefire getting cast here as the units push through. And what is Matreiuss at? Matreiuss is 109 of 130 population. Town center over here, not going to get grabbed. And honestly, this ceasefire hurts Matreiuss as much as it helps him. Because right now, the dwarves just moved over to this gold mine. So Matreiuss could technically have pulled back a little bit, kept the pressure over here with his Chimera, and then rebuilt his fortress once Rapl realizes he needs to move over onto this location and then continue. Because he does get those extra militia that pop out here to help. 6 militia. And he would have been fine to continue fighting here. But now we see the walls trying to come up over here. The Chimera need to move over. We've got the double Chimera. Triple Chimera is enough to one-hit villagers. I think... Is it 20 hack? It's 25 hack? 28 hack. So it should be just enough to kill off the dwarves in one hit as well. So if he could get 3 Chimera onto this location, he could easily snipe so many villagers here. And now the Chimera moving in. Will Rapl pay attention? He's currently fighting over on this location here. The Chimera coming in and not noticing it just yet. Matreiuss in here. Splashed! Oh God, that's so many dead villagers here by Matreiuss. Rapl is going to be very much hurting in terms of his goal situation. 157, 160 villagers right now, and Matreiuss trying to hold on to this location. Matreiuss moving over onto this gold mine. We don't see any heroes out for him just yet. No, there's the Polyphemus though. That's going to help out a ton at this point, but the problem right now for Matreiuss is only medium Hippaspis here. We do see him smacking that Frost Giant away. The Chimera still chasing villagers over onto this location. The fortress trying to get up for Matreiuss. He's not able to do it. The Frost Giant gets taken down. Rapl can trade for gold at this point if he wants to continue here. He's moving his villagers over onto this gold mine at this point as the villagers get pushed off. The Polyphemus helping an absolute ton here as now the Polyphemus is helping out, but Rapl trying his best to keep fighting here. He's got so many Ulfsark out. 15 Ulfsark here, plus the Jarl out as well. And you can see him selling resources. We've got 33, 18 gold gets bought by that. And we see tier coming down right now for Matreiuss for Rapl as Matreiuss taps out in the 25th minute. I thought there was a very real potential here that these Chimera could have done that without that ceasefire. I think the ceasefire here was the big mistake by Matreiuss, predicting that potentially Rapl was not coming over yet not predicting, excuse me, that the gold mine was expired and that Rapl was moving to the top gold mine. I think if Matreiuss had just pulled back and continued to apply the Chimera pressure over here, Rapl would not have been able to mine enough gold to get Mythic Age here, and he could have potentially keep fighting and gotten a gold starve and made life very tough for Rapl here. But that ceasefire really basically threw in the towel for Matreiuss, and that was the end of the game. And yet again, another situation where the Hippocon don't quite work out for Matreiuss. And I do think that the problem here is that at this point, no champion infantry. Because instead of investing into heavy Hippocon, 400, 600 resources, plus investing into medium Hippocon, which is 300 resources, instead you would have those 600 resources for heavy infantry. And then you would also have a lot more resources left over because the infantry is cheaper for champion infantry. And having champion infantry here is so huge in this location. And if you were here with champion infantry, you feel so much better about fighting this Norse composition. And also he'd be forced to be making those, throwing axemen as well, which means a lot less value out of Winter Harvest because he has to be on wood. All of the little things that you don't really consider happen when you're forcing your opponent to do something different is so big. But Rapl gets the win. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.